Have you ever had the impression that everything was against you? Like no matter what you did, someone was always trying to bring you down or take advantage of your kindness. But then something shifted. You didn't raise your voice or lash out. Instead, you found strength within yourself, a quiet, unshakable confidence that stopped your enemies in their tracks. It's like a storm hit your life, and yet you stood there still as a mountain, untouched by the chaos, that feeling of true power. The kind that doesn't need to scream for attention. It just commands it. Imagine knowing that no matter who tries to hurt you, belittle you or challenge you, you can stand tall without saying a word. That's the power I'm talking about. And it's the kind of strength anyone can learn if they know the signs. In today's video, I'll show you 10 silent signs that will make everyone around you fear you. Not because you intimidate, but because you've mastered yourself. By the end of this video, you'll understand what true strength is, how to carry yourself in such a way that even your enemies will hesitate before crossing you. Are you ready to discover that power within? Let's begin. Sign 1, the unpredictability factor. Imagine a battlefield where one warrior always follows the same moves. His enemies study him, anticipate his actions, and eventually defeat him. Now picture another warrior completely unpredictable. His opponents never know his next move, and that alone fills them with fear. Enemies fear what they cannot predict. If they know your habits, they can control you. If you always react the same way, they can manipulate you, but if you remain unpredictable, they will never know what's coming next. Most people are easy to read, but the powerful, they keep people guessing. They act when least expected. They remain mysterious, strategic, and unreadable. Change your pattern, surprise people. Never be too available or too predictable. The more unpredictable you are, the harder it is for enemies to control you. Mystery breeds fear. Sign 2, the fearless eye contact. Have you ever locked eyes with someone who didn't look away? It's intimidating, that's because strong. Unwavering eye contact is a silent weapon of dominance. Seneca once wrote, "Brave men rejoice in adversity, just as brave soldiers triumphed more." But how do brave men show their strength? Sometimes with nothing but a look. Enemies look for weakness in your gaze. If you avert your eyes, they sense hesitation. But when you hold eye contact calm, steady and fearless, they start to question themselves. They wonder, why isn't he looking away? Does he know something I don't? This is why powerful leaders, warriors and negotiators never break eye contact first. It's a sign of inner confidence and control. Practice holding eye contact for just a few seconds longer than normal. When someone challenges you, don't look away first. A strong gaze makes people uneasy, especially if they are meant to intimidate. You sign 3, the ability to adapt. A man is thrown into the ocean. He doesn't know how to swim, but instead of panicking, he watches the waves, calms his breath, and learns to float. He survives because he adapts. Enemies expect you to break when life throws challenges at you. They expect you to give up when things get tough. But when you adapt instead of resist, when you adjust your strategy and keep moving forward, you become unstoppable. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, posited that fate guides the willing and hinders the reluctant. Think of the most powerful people in the history. They didn't win because things were easy. They won because no matter what happened, they found a way, they adjusted. They adapted and they kept going. And that terrified their enemies. When faced with obstacles, don't resist, adapt. Learn new skills, change your approach. And always stay ahead. A man who can survive any situation is a man who can never be defeated. Sign for unshakable calm in the face of adversity. Picture this: chaos is unfolding around you. People yelling, emotions running high, and life throwing curveballs your way. Your enemies expect you to break, to lose control, but you stand there unshaken. This calm is in weakness, it's strength. Stoicism teaches us that the true power lies not in what happens around us, but in how we choose to respond. When you embrace this unshakable calm, you're sending a powerful message. Nothing can disturb your peace, and trust me, that unsettles your enemies. They fear someone who can't be rattled, someone who is unyielding in their composure. So stay calm and watch as they crumble under the weight of their own expectations. Sign 5, the mastery of self-control. Picture two men in an argument. One is screaming, his face red with rage. The other completely calm, staring directly at him with unshaken composure. Who holds the real power here? People fear what they don't understand, and nothing is more confusing than someone who doesn't lose control. Enemies expect you to react emotionally, but when you don't, they start fearing what you might be capable of. Control your emotions, especially under pressure. When someone pushes your buttons, take a deep breath, pause, and respond with calculated precision. Your self-control will make others nervous, because the one who remains calm in chaos holds the real power. Sign 6, a deep connection to your values. There's a quiet power that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. When your actions are guided by a deep connection to your core values, your enemies can't bend you to their will. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." This freedom is born from an unwavering commitment to your beliefs, regardless of external pressures. When your enemies see that you won't compromise your values, they know they can't manipulate or control you. This consistency is terrifying to those who thrive on chaos. They will fear you because no matter what they throw at you, they'll realize nothing will shake your foundation. Sign 7, the ability to walk away without looking back. There's a powerful scene in movies where a character walks away from a fight without looking back. The other person is left standing there, realizing they never even had a chance. Walking away doesn't mean weakness. It means you're too strong to waste energy on foolishness. It terrifies enemies because it shows you value your time and don't see them as a threat. Master the art of walking away from unnecessary drama. The less you engage in petty conflicts, the more intimidating you become. Your energy is priceless. Don't waste it on people who don't deserve it. Sign 8, the art of silence. There's nothing more unsettling than a person who doesn't over-explain. Imagine an enemy trying to get a reaction from you, but you respond with a simple nod and a knowing smile. That silence is deadly. Why? Because when you don't explain yourself, others fill the gaps with their own fears. They start wondering, what does he know that I don't speak less? Let others do the talking while you observe. The less you reveal, the more mysterious and unpredictable you become. And mystery, that's something people fear. Sign 9, an unshakable trust in your own strength. What if I told you that the most powerful weapon you have is an unwavering trust in your own strength? This inner confidence can turn enemies into spectators. When you believe in your ability to face anything head-on, others can sense it. This quiet confidence doesn't need to shout or show off. It's felt. Marcus Aurelius, despite facing wars and betrayals, stood firm in his strength and purpose. When your enemies see you unwavering in your trust, they realize there's no breaking you. This confidence sends a message they can't ignore. And when they realize they can't defeat you, they'll retreat in fear. Sign 10. The absolute lack of fear. The most dangerous person in any room isn't the loudest. It's the one who has nothing to fear. Enemies control people through fear, fear of loss, fear of embarrassment, fear of failure. But when they see someone who has conquered fear, someone who doesn't hesitate, doesn't flinch and doesn't hold back, they feel powerless. A fearless man is unstoppable. He doesn't let doubt slow him down. He doesn't let the opinions of others dictate his actions. He simply moves forward unshaken. And that's terrifying to those who try to control others through fear. Accept that fear is an illusion. Embrace uncertainty. Moment enemy, see that you have no fear. They will fear you instead. Because a man who fears nothing can achieve anything. Power isn't about being the loudest. It's about being unshaken. When you embody these 10 signs, your enemies won't just respect you. They'll fear you, but remember, a Stoic never seeks fear, they seek self-mastery. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Stay disciplined, stay detached, and most importantly, stay stoic.